hiking out to the mines today, and conveniently, the Pacific Crest Trail, which is what we're walking on right now, runs by a couple of the mines that we're hiking out to today. What's interesting though is that the PCT simply took over old miners' trails, and you can see an example of this old rock wall here that runs all the way down. So it wasn't originally a PCT, it was originally a miners' trail, but the PCT has kept it open and maintained, which is really nice for us because we're not used to nice, easy trails like this. Well, I wouldn't say easy because we've been climbing steadily up, but we're used to just having a bushwhack straight up something like that. So, which is usually choked with even more brush. So by contrast, this feels pretty nice. Well, I've made good progress. This is a trail we've hiked up, switchbacked up. We started the bottom of the canyon, so you can start the edge of there. So it's been up through countless switchbacks. Wanted to show you the view more than anything else here because it's pretty impressive. According to the map, it should be level for a while. The mines are off in that direction. I'll show you more when we get closer, but it should be more level now. We're gonna stop and have lunch and hopefully all the hard stuff done with.
Still got snow up there.
Yeah, if you didn't hear that, you said there's still snow up there, which is impressive since it's middle of July and it's blazing hot. But we're up pretty high now. So anyway, pick up farther down the trail in this direction. We're gonna find a place to stop and have lunch, and then, like I said, hopefully it'll be fairly easy going from here on out, although those are dangerous words to use in mine exploring. Now we're bushwhacking. You see my buddy working his way up there on the left. We had to peel off the main trail, and now we're just fighting our way through the brush, trying to zigzag on the rocks, but there's a lot of fighting through this brush here. We're at a really high elevation, so I'm gonna stop and catch our breath fairly often, but the reward is these views, which are pretty spectacular. We fought our way up from the bottom of the canyon, and hiking up all day. Got to the top of the waste rock pile. See some wood scraps here, but as happens all too often, this one is done. This one is done. But I can tell you we're some of the few living people on this planet that have hiked up to this. The last adit I showed you is way down where those trees are. We bushwhacked our way up to the next adit, and it's about as done as you can get. I mean, that's a massive cave-in. Big adit, or I should say portal, was here. That's maybe 10-15 feet across, closer to 15 feet across there, just to give you a sense of the scale of the portal that was here. And the adit must have been pretty good as well, because you can see the pad standing on is pretty big. Some bits of rail, and then that's waste rock all the way down. So this is a pretty big one. You see scraps of metal mixed in, but this one is done. No way. It would, even with bulldozer and excavator, it'd take you a week to get that open. Unfortunately, there's a third adit. There's my pack there. There's a third adit up there. So I'm sure it's caved, but we got to finish this out. Hike up to that third one and see what the deal is. That last adit we checked out is just below those trees there. You can sort of see the waste rock pile through the trees. Came up to the next one, and again, best thing here is the view. There was something going in there. That may have been surface work. It's hard to tell at this point. There's a big outcropping right here. So obviously they were chasing an outcropping when they started working the site. Over here, actually looks more likely for an adit there. For them running something in. Interesting, we have found practically nothing in the way of artifacts they would expect. This was supposed to have been worked up until the 1940s. And we found a few pieces of rail at the lower one and a nail, a wire nail up here. And that's about it. So there's some stuff up there, so we'll go check that. But so far, it's definitely the views that have been the most precious thing to us on this one. That last adit and outcropping is right there, and we followed the additional workings up here. That looks to be surface stuff there, but behind me is a shaft. Not a big one. I dropped a rock down and it sounds like it hit about where you'd expect that to come in, but you can see they went in right through all that quartz there. Unfortunately, we don't have rope, so this one shall remain a mystery. Very good chance it's plugged. There's a very good chance that that stuff on the side sloughed off and plugged it, given our experience everywhere else, but who knows. This was worth it just for the views, although I don't think we're going to be coming back up here again. See those quartz boulders right there? That, I'm sure, is what drew the miners here initially, and they just followed something like that down in a place like that. So let's get up, take a look at the saddle itself. Well, we made it to the top of the saddle. That's that quartz boulder down where my buddy's standing. Pretty good view out in front of me, but wait till you see the view behind me. The wind's screaming through here pretty intensely. So hopefully it's not blowing out the audio in the microphone. That's the Pacific Crest Trail way down there, and the historical Sierra Butte mine is down in that area. As I've been describing, this trail overlaps and intersects old mining stuff, mining trails, flume lines, and see how it comes up here and then gets really level and straight in front of me. That's a flume line, and you can see it extending behind me. And what's really cool about this is you can actually see the boards from the flume line. They're still here. That's pretty rare because usually they're burned away in some of the various forest fires that sweep through these mountains on a regular basis, but this is still intact, which is pretty cool. You can see it, you know, it's still in pretty good shape. You know, there's a couple of trees you have to step over down there, but overall you could hike this pretty easily. So that's just noteworthy because of the wood. It's very rare you see the wood.